When we buy a car, the manufacturer will say the mileage we will get out of this car be 5 liters per 100 kilometers. But when we start using that one, our mileage may be only 8 liters per 100 kilometers. There is an offset, what manufacturer said and what is the reality. And in a family, when a child is born, the parents, grandparents are over jubilant and they will be looking for what is an ideal name for this child. What I want my child to be. They pick up some name. What does it mean? And they mean that means that something great, that every parent aspires that child to have that name and realize that one. But when they grow up, what the parents intended and what the child, now that person has become, there is a huge offset. We ourselves have an example. Our parents had some aspiration behind naming us, but in reality we have become something altogether different. There is a big offset behind when we buy an equipment or ourselves. There is an offset behind the aspiration and reality. Aspiration was there, but the reality is totally different. And we may be carrying a name that whatever is my name, it may have the meaning in my own language or some other language, it may have a meaning. But it is only a name for calling me. If I do not have a name, I won't know whether people are calling me. You are a number. To give a number, instead of giving you a number 1, 2, 3, 4, they given some name. Your parents have named. And the name is for to identify myself. If somebody calls, hey Rajendra, that I should know, oh yes, it is me. And that is the only significance. But when it comes to the name of the Supreme Lord, what the name is, it has a meaning. It is not just the name. For the name's sake we are calling that one. The whatever name, it is not just a noun, it is an adjective. It has a meaning. It is the quality, it is seen in the God. That quality, because of that quality we are calling that God, that name. And it's a Sahasranama, the names in all religions, the same God, different dimensions the devotees have seen, they called by different names because they have seen, experienced that quality in the Lord. That name has a real meaning only in the Supreme Lord. All our names has no meaning. There's a huge offset. But that name has a real meaning only in Him. Only in Him it has all the names in all languages of this world has a real meaning only in Him. When it applies to Him, it has a real meaning. And in our life, and in the Aitareya Upanishad, it talks about this soul. This soul, it is because of the karmas, the series of karma talks. I talked in the last term, and karma, to exhaust the karma. This soul, it wants, I want that one, I want this one to exhaust the karma, to fulfill the desires. It wants to go on a tour. It needs a vehicle to go on a tour. This vehicle, this body is called as a chariot. It is a vehicle. It is mounted on this vehicle. This soul is mounted on this chariot, and this chariot wants to go on sightseeing. And who is the driver? The prana, the energy. That prana who takes the soul out of the body when it leaves or brings it down to the body, that is prana, the charioteer of this body, the prana shakti. I need a vitality to move about. If I do not have vitality, I can't move. That vitality, prana, is the charioteer. Supreme Lord is the owner of this vehicle. We have misconception that we are the owner of this vehicle. We are not the vehicle, owner of this vehicle. We are a tenant. We are a tenant. We may be evicted any time. Owner of the vehicle, the Supreme Lord, is there. He is the owner. And this soul, it wants to go on a holiday, sightseeing. I want to look here, I want to look here, I want that one, I want that one. This prana, the charioteer, he won't respond. God also, Supreme Lord, they won't respond. Wherever I want, it starts going. People are asking why I am going through that difficult time, this hardship, because the soul wanted to exhaust the karma. It is going through various sightseeings, various bodies it is going through. And bahunam janmanam ante jnanavanman prapadyate Vasudeva sarvamiti sahamahatma sudurlabham. After seeing gone for many sightseeings, and soul gets exhausted. Noble souls gets exhausted. I don't want to see any longer. Instead of telling the charioteer, owner of the charioteer, I want that one, I want to go there, this soul turns its attention to the owner of the chariot. I don't know where to go. All these lives, I wanted to go there, here, I wanted this one. I don't want anything, please guide me. It turns its attention to the owner. In the Mundaka also it talks about Dva Suparna Sayuja Sakaya Samana Vriksham Parishasvajate. This soul, it is to satisfy the taste bud. I want that one, I want to go to that restaurant, I want that one, I want that one. And that never so many restaurants I have dined, still my hunger remains unsatiated. That turns its attention to the Lord. Please guide me. Then that yoga I mentioned in the beginning of the class, yoga is connecting that jiva, individual soul, turning its attention to the Supreme. It is called as yoga. When it turns its attention, then the real Supreme Lord takes the reins and guides the soul. That is the message of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, in the Bhagavad Gita Upadesha, Lord is seated and Arjuna at the beginning, he said, where is my chariot? Take that one. He was thinking he was the owner of that chariot. And then soon he realizes it's not, I am not the owner of this chariot. And he turned his attention to the Lord of the chariot. Then the guidance started flowing. The meditation is nothing but turning your attention to realize that I am not the owner of this body. I am just a passenger. I am mounted on this one. I am traveling, and owner, may he look after. That is the starting point of meditation, dhyana. Thumb and left